I performed a story at Perfect Liars Club, and the gist of that story was that I was playing Cupid for two of my friends, and a small aspect of the story is that at one point my friend and I were in charge of feeding about 50 party guests, okay, and I ended up like grilling pork chops, and he severely undercooked his dish and became a big fiasco. Suffice to say, he wasn't able to make a romantic connection with my friend. So that was the story I performed it, and a little different from Better Said Than Done is that at Perfect Liars, all the stories are true except for one, and the audience knows that. So at the end of the storytelling, the audience will vote on who they think is lying. And so between the end of the storytelling and the voting, there's actually like a Q&A session where a microphone is passed around, people ask, the storytellers questions, just be inquisitive, So for example, I believe there was a story that took place in Thailand, so one person was like, hey, how do you say good morning in Thai? And the person walked up and responded, good morning in Thai. So everyone's like, whoa, the guy who knows the Thai story is probably true. So it's a bunch of questions kind of like that. Everyone's getting asked questions except me. I'm not getting any questions, and I get it. My story is obviously true, and I probably said it so confidently that everyone kind of just wrote me off. But eventually I did get a question, and so this was a question she asked. She said, Joff, if you're such a good cook, what are the mother sauces? I was like, the mother sauces? In my mind, I was like, wait, I grilled pork chops. All right, took pork chops and store-bought Cajun seasoning, I grilled them. Nothing from that infers that I'm a professional chef who's classically trained in French cuisine, but here she is asking about the mother sauces. I'm stuck. I'm totally stuck. I'm staring at her. I'm totally stuck. I'm stuck because she is drop dead gorgeous. She is gorgeous. She's this beautiful young lady, and here she is asking me this question. And I know the answer. I know my mother's sauces, all right? But, this goddess is asking me this question. I'm up on stage, all right, single guy, looking for love. I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to take advantage of, and really wow her with the answer. I'm not just going to list it off. No, I'm going to go all out. So I think of a way to take advantage of the situation. And so here she asks, Joff, if you're such a good chef, what are the mother sauces? So I go up like, you're very attractive. I tell you what, if you're so inclined, I'd like to invite you back to my place, to my kitchen, where I will prepare dishes featuring each of the mother sauces, starting with tomate. Tomate, obviously tomato-based mother sauce. I think what I'll make is capelli di angelo puttanesca. Puttanesca with angel hair pasta, very fresh, and you keep it fresco style, diced tomatoes, capers, and angel hair pasta. Again, I keep it light, it's the first meal of the first dish of our very first date, so can't go too heavy. And we'll transition to the next dish, also keeping it light, featuring the next mother sauce, which is veloute. Veloute being a light roux, usually with a chicken stock. I like to make mine Venetian style, where I swap the chicken stock for a fish stock, so obviously this pairs well with a seafood dish. I think I'll make pan-broiled scallops. Again, keeping it light. It's the second dish, our first meal of our very first date for the rest of our lives, so, We'll move on to the next dish. We'll go a little bit heavier with it featuring the next mother sauce, which is Espagnole, and that's a darker roux made with a beef stock. I think what I will make is beef bourguignon. Yes, that's what I'll make. I'll throw in some red wine sauce into the roux, into the sauce, and I think I'll pair it with a nice healthy cauliflower mash. And let's cap off the evening with an even denser dish featuring the next mother sauce, which is bechamel. I make a very mean fettuccine Alfredo. It's very rich, very creamy, but it's got a lot of bite. I'm not shy about cracking fresh black pepper in there and throwing in a little bit of red pepper flakes. And I also like to throw in sun-dried tomatoes, just because I like how the tanginess and tartness cuts through the richness of this very dense dish. And then, at the end of the evening, if you're so inclined, you can spend the night, and the next morning, for breakfast, I can make us Eggs Benedict, nice finely poached egg on top of nice, toasted English muffin, margarines, topped with the last of the mother sauces, which is hollandaise. Yes, that's right. Thank you. And everyone was just shocked. Everyone gave me a nice big round of applause, and I kind of just moonwalked back into line where all the storytellers also were giving me props. And the Q&A session moved on, and of course no one else asked me any more questions. The voting happened, I forgot who or whatever, but the show ended, and again, I'm not shy. Again, it's my opportunity, so as soon as it was done, just hopped off stage, went right to Dream Woman, and spoke with her, and at the very least I wanted to thank her. Hey, this was the only person who asked me a question, otherwise I would have just been up there, just standing up there, so I was like, hey, thanks for coming by, thanks for the question, I hope you enjoyed it. And she was loving it. She's like, oh, I loved it was fantastic. And my friends were just like slamming the table, they couldn't believe what was happening. They loved it too, they loved you. My boyfriend not so much, but that's what happened. I was like, oh, come on, man. But yeah, this is missed opportunity. So yeah, suffice to say, there was no romantic connection made that night, but I'm confident that there's someone out there who can appreciate a guy who may or may not know his way around the kitchen. So if you do know anyone, just this stuff and just send the YouTube video. There you go.